Welcome to the 2020 Lancaster Archery Classic from the Spooky Nook Sport Complex in Manheim, Pennsylvania, as the stage is being set for one of the most spectacular classes we have, Barebow. Hello, everyone. I'm Greg White, sitting alongside Matt Zernzak. And Zernzak, this one promises to be a good one. We have 8 competitors that are all going to shoot up for that #1 spot.
And we wait for this all year round, and the men's got a big thing to keep up because the women just put on an unbelievable
huge shoes
show.
to fill because the women put on 100%. They put on a great show.
That's right.
Let's take a look though at what we're doing here at the Lancaster Archery Classic. New for 2022, there's a maximum of 136 points per match because there's a 12 ring involved, a 1.5 centimeter white dot. What's going to happen? Well, that is the question. It's a bottom-up format, so basically what that means is in the top 8 qualifiers, number 8 is going to shoot against number 7. Whoever wins is going to go shoot against number 6. Whoever wins that, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, until we get to the champion. So there's a lot of archery ahead of us, and this Lancaster Archery Classic is awesome. The fans are here in full, so that means it's time for us to get to the third member of our broadcast team, PJ Riley, who's going to introduce the shooters to the field of play.
All right, our last event of the evening, men's barebow. We've got 8 finalists, so everybody get comfortable. We're going to be here for a while. John Wirt, bring them out.
8th place qualifier from Indianapolis, Indiana, Jerid Mullis. Jerid's been competing in barebow for 3 years. First time on the Lancaster Classic stage. Competing against Jerid in 7th place qualifier from Biscayne Park, Florida, Lee Wilkins.
All right. Zernzak,
Yep.
it's barebow time.
Buddy.
Tell us about a barebow.
Okay, so barebow is basically a stripped-down Olympic recurve. No sights, no stabilizers, no release aids, no clickers. Essentially, our bow has to fit through a 12.2 centimeter ring. That's not very big.
Nope.
It's about a 4-inch ring, right? And we can add weight above and below the grip per new World Archery rules coming out in 2022. So essentially, we're just trying to get that bow to balance vertically. And again, no sights, so you're going to see these guys doing something we call string walking, moving their way down the string. We call that making a crawl down the string. That's essentially changing the trajectory of the arrow, changing the arrow tip to eye relationship so they can put the tip of their arrow right on the gold and aim and execute their shot. You can see Lee Wilkins there aiming right down that arrow.
First shot is a 5. This is barebow.
Here we go.
They're not always in the middle.
That's what makes it so fun.
8.
Okay, here we go. You can see that Jerid Mullis was not happy with that. So Jerid Mullis had to fight through Trevor Fielder, which, fun fact for Trevor Fielder, he was competing with a longbow, wood longbow and wood arrows, and made it to the eliminations.
Wow.
Just an incredible shooter.
Yeah.
Yep, absolutely. Let's watch Jerid shoot. You can see he has about an inch crawl down the string. He's going to aim down that arrow, execute a shot.
9.
Right in the middle, too,
There it is.
in terms of
That's right.
right or lefts.
Absolutely.
And that's definitely something that you have to make an adjustment for.
Yeah.
From practice field to this
Absolutely.
field in terms of lighting.
Lighting's big in barebow because we're sighting down the arrow, so the way that light hits the arrow shaft and how our brain picks that up and how our eyes perceive that, it's big. And you can move 2 scoring rings over just by poor lighting conditions or different lighting conditions.
All right, from shooter's feet to target is 18 meters, or in other words, 20 yards. All right, so the first couple arrows are in the books as these shooters look around and
Welcome to the classic stage. How's it feel to be up there?
Other than liking turtles right now, that's all I can think of. No, it's awesome. I mean, this is crazy. I tried to tell myself it's not going to be that bad, but it's a lie. If you guys heard any loud noises a few minutes before we came out, Santo decided to kick my bow about 15 foot across the floor. And it's okay. He was just getting me back for knocking out the longbow guys, which was really hard to do, by the way. Yeah, I mean, it's awesome. This is great. This is what we came for.
Would it make you feel different if I saw Lee actually passing Santo a $100 bill about a half hour ago?
Well, that's not as much as what Trevor paid him earlier, so.
Good luck. Welcome to the podium.
All right, 25-20 after our first.
There you go. This is just showing how our community operates, right?
Full of personality.
That's right.
Full of individuality. All ages.
Yep.
All size. All. It doesn't
All
really matter.
personalities.
It doesn't matter if you. And this is the funny thing about barebow. You know, the basic is it's a stick with a string shooting another stick. Now these bows are more sophisticated than that, but in essence, it's one of the things that's attractive to people.
That's right. Yeah, and so we don't have release aids, so we're not using any type of releases. It's just truly we're relying on our determination to stick the tip where it needs to go, let it float, and execute our shot. And this is a really cool match because Lee Wilkins has been around for a long time. Looks like he's getting dialed in here. He was actually a longbow guy for the longest time. Jerid Mullis, new to the scene, huge like open pro style compound archer in the ASA 3D realm, and he just picked up a bow. I think it was like 2 years ago or something like that. I'm looking at my notes, and he's just like rising to the top. He's like he's looking really good. And I like his demeanor. Jerid is a very confident archer. He just steps up, and he can leverage that deep compound competitive experience that he had from years and years of competing at a high level with this compound. You can see he's shaking his hands there.
And more and more I hear archers that are in the compound scene that are getting older saying, you know what, I might just pick up a barebow.
It's super fun. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And the other thing too is that it allows you more room for error, and you can still enjoy the sport.
Absolutely.
Some people in the compound side, you know, you go to compete, you know, with the pros, you miss one, you're done.
You're done. Yeah, absolutely. You're never out in barebow.
Never out in barebow.
Lee, welcome to the stage. Have you ever heard the term double entendre? No. It means two meanings. Okay. Just curious about the shirt you're wearing tonight.
So yeah, the shirt. I saw this shirt last year, and of course the Classic was canceled, and I thought it was funny, and so I told my wife, you know, if I make it to the finals, I'll wear the shirt. I don't think you will. And I was like, okay.
Proved her wrong. Welcome to the Classic, welcome to the stage. You've probably seen the videos where we stick these microphones in your face, and you've been preparing for this.
Well, I don't know if I've been preparing for it, but I've seen the videos, so, you know, whatever.
Wonderful, good luck. It is all fun. Enjoy your time up there.
Thank you.
Double entendre. Not really getting that bit. But yeah, sure, I'd hit the target.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Anyway, we move on.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's funny, during the break there, you could probably see Jerid Mullis. I mean, I'm nervous he's going to fall off the stage over here. He's bouncing around. He's shaking his legs out. You can just tell he's trying to shake the nerves off. They're all getting used to this, you know, being on the big stage. Lee's going to lead us off here. It's a 5-point game. Jerid's leading. This is just shaping up to be a pretty cool match here. And it looks like after that first end, Lee was hitting high. He made some adjustments, and he's on plane with that 10 ring. That's where you need to be.
The difference in the styles to get to anchor is pretty evident.
Yeah, big
between
time.
these two archers.
Big time difference. Yep. Yeah, and you can see Lee. He's drawing back. He's running right up against the knock. So with his arrow weight and limb weight and his draw length, he doesn't have to crawl down the string. So his top finger, he's shooting 3 fingers under. We call that 3 under. He's right against the knock, and he's coming in full alignment, and then he's raising up to his anchor and executing his shot. And Jerid, completely different, right? He just comes straight back to anchor. He's running an inch and a quarter crawl, and there you go. He's putting that tip right on the gold. Also, another big difference between these two guys, you can see fatter arrows. Lee's using fatter arrows. Jerid's using skinnier arrows. Jerid's going to have finer aiming, so his arrow tip is going to be about 8 ring to 8 ring. Lee's is probably going to be closer to covering up that whole red.
Oh, gotcha.
Yep. Here we go.
So many ways to approach archery.
That's right.
And get good scores.
Yep, just got to get the arrow to the middle.
6.
I was not happy with that.
Yep.
Looks like it's going to be about a 5-point game coming into the third end. 4th end, sorry.
Jerid, I'm back with the microphone. Tell me about this riser and this jersey you're wearing.
Man, I mean, is there anything better? Honestly, Calvin, Dwayne, 29. It's amazing. I get to shoot the best bow that I've ever handled, and I get to shoot for the best people I've ever met. I mean, it's awesome. It's heavy. I added 2 pounds to it yesterday. Thank you, Eric Yost. it's great. You know, I love it. Right now, if it didn't have the weight, I wouldn't be hitting the paper. I mean, Michael Fisher has nothing on this, I'm telling you.
Wonderful. There's a lot of great companies supporting barebow competition right now. CD's one of the best. Not only do they make great bows, both top competitors. One of them's going to be out here a little bit later tonight. The other one put up a really good fight. And anyway, we're glad to have them supporting guys like you. Great looking riser. Good luck. You're shooting it well.
Thank you. Thank you guys for putting this on. This is awesome.
Final end, Jerid Mullis leads it 72-67.
All right, so the final end for this match, this of course is to determine who's at least going to be 7th place.
That's right.
So again, this is a shoot up of 8. So 8 and 7 are shooting off right now against each other, and then whoever wins this will shoot up against 6th place. The winner of that moves up to 5th, and so on.
Yep, that's awesome. Yeah, there's a lot to unpack with a little interview with Jerid. So they mentioned C&D Archery. We talked about that during the women's broadcast. How it's a riser manufacturing company within the barebow community, making barebow specific risers. And he mentioned adding 2 pounds of weight, and it's true. PJ Riley was nice enough to let us set up a podcast booth. We were podcasting, recording some episodes during the elimination rounds. He got right beforehand. He walks over, lays his bow on our table, and starts putting these weights on in front of his bow. He adds 2 pounds to his riser.
That's quite a significant change. Look at that shot by Lee.
Baby, there we go. There we go. We got a game now.
Well, listen, I'm just going to say Wilkins hit that.
He sure did. He sure did.
8.
Here we go. Okay. This is awesome. 9-point game. Let's see what Lee can do. Hits gold, ties it up. That would be amazing. Come on, Lee.
Ooh, there was just a bit of a bobble. Did you see that flinch?
Yep, I saw that. A little bit longer time in that setup position before he came up to anchor as well, I noticed. Jerid, little quick shot there. He's not going to be happy with that. Oh, boy.
Oh, boy is right. Door is open with that 7.
Door is open. We got 7 points. Lee needs an 8 or better to take this thing home.
Anything in the gold. Anything in the gold, it's his.
Oh, there it is. He did it with authority.
Yep.
Lee Wilkins, congratulations. Unbelievable.
You know, it's interesting about Lee, if you look at the qualification scores and the elimination scores, in terms of 11 shot, he was tied with our 2nd place qualifier, 14. Only Demmer had more 11s. Ooh. So we know that Lee has the capability to just get them right where they belong.
Absolutely.
And that's one of them right there.
He showed it. Look at that X zoomed in. Oh, beautiful. So beautiful. So it seems like this tension is palpable in here. Like after the round, they make sure the scores are proper. It's quiet in here, but it's Lee took this home.
Oh yeah.
There's no need to check score. No. It's official.
We have to do it, obviously.
That's right.
You know, because there's a lot on the line here. There's a lot at stake. The 2022 Lancaster Archery Classic. To be champion is a thing. It's a big thing.
97, Jerid Mullis, 94. Jerid finishes in 8th place, takes home $400. Congratulations, Jerid.
Coming in to shoot against Lee, the 6th place qualifier from Washington, Pennsylvania, Paul Donahoe.
For Paul Donahoe, he's going to come in and he's going to have the choice to leave Lee Wilkins on his spot or move him over.
Paul, 79 years young.
Loving it.
And still at the top of the game. How cool is that?
That is cool.
If you're into archery and you're listening to this, this is just an inspiration. Paul stepping up on that stage.
If you're not into archery and you're listening to this and you're looking for something to do with your time.
That's right.
And you're retired.
That's right.
We got the sport
Nobody's
for you.
playing tackle football at 79 years old, I can tell you that much.
No. And if they are, it's not fun.
That's right. This is great. So Paul's getting settled in here. Paul has shot everything. Barebow compound, recurve, Olympic recurve. This is only his 3rd year shooting barebow, and he told me, I asked him, why are you shooting barebow? Why'd you switch after shooting Barebow compound and Olympic recurve for so many years. I mean, he's been shooting since he was a kid, he said, competing in everything. 79 years at the sport, and he says, Barebow's just more fun.
There you go.
I just want to shoot it. And he steps up, shoots an 8. And this could be lighting. And so he's going to shoot a nice, strong scout arrow like that. He's going to make an adjustment, start bringing that toward the right.
Explain scout arrow.
Scout arrow is when you come out from the practice range, there's certain lighting conditions. What you want to do is you want to step up on that stage, run your shot process no matter what. Don't be gentle with it. Run a strong shot and see what happens under these conditions. And Paul hit left, so now he's going to make an adjustment. 2 strong arrows. He's hitting left, so he's going to have to do something. He might make a click on his plunger. He might change his string blur and his sight picture to move that arrow tip over a little bit, or he just might aim off, keep his bow tuned the way it is, and just aim to the right just a little bit. It all depends. Different archers take different approaches to on-the-fly changes. And also notice that Paul played the nice guy here. He did not bump Lee Wilkins off his stage, and that's going to play a huge role in the competition tonight. Because everything that Paul's doing right now, he's getting used to the stage, he's getting used to the lighting. Lee already did that last match, and if he would have bumped him over to the stage, that would have been just enough to make Lee get a little uncomfortable and have to search for that lighting condition and where to aim. And look at him, he's just grouping it in there. This is a great match.
We can see that Lee Wilkins, a fan of feather fletching.
Paul just said this is a little strange up here. Tell me how it feels, Paul.
How it feels? Numb. I don't know.
Paul, I've been traveling around the country for a long time going to archery tournaments. Rob Kaufhold has too, and I think I've seen you at most of them. Rob wants to say something here or ask you a question.
Okay, Rob, I'm ready for you.
Paul, if I can ask, how young are you?
79.
79 years old. Let's give Paul a hand. 79 times around the sun, he said. Working on his 80th.
Yeah, part way around.
Congratulations. You still put on a heck of a show. Nice shooting, Paul.
Every Lancaster Classic you ever had.
Thank you very much.
And the rest of them, too.
Okay. Great. Let's give Paul a hand. Thank you.
So we might have missed that there with that microphone, but essentially Paul has shot every single Lancaster Classic from the start. He's been there, and he told me if Rob puts on 100 more, I'm going to make all 100.
I think we'd love to see it too.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Paul just seems like he's going to shoot from anywhere. It doesn't really matter.
Absolutely. So Paul had a really hard matchup coming into this. He had to play Joaquin Masila from Sweden. He traveled over here from Sweden. Just a great matchup. Masila was on the big stage in 2020. Just a big competitor, and he just stepped up, and here he is. He's on the big stage.
So we were all tied up, and now the first arrow's in with an 8. Let's see what Lee can do.
Oh, baby. You can see that Lee's coming up from the bottom in his aim, just slowly rising up until he gets to the gold, and then he moves into his execution phase. Paul has a really interesting grip on the string. You can see he's using 2 fingers underneath the knock. And his, oh, baby. I love it. He's smiling. I love it. Oh, my gosh. Paul's an awesome dude.
He just hurt himself, by the way. He just filled the 11. I don't know what else he's going to do.
That's right. Watch Paul's grip on the string here. He's using his ring finger and his middle finger below the knock, and his index finger will ride right along the arrow shaft. It's very, very unique. He'll make a little crawl. See that? Look at that. Isn't that interesting? Okay.
Drop that one, though.
This is Barebow.
I wonder, it's Barebow, 100%. I wonder if that maybe is a finger alignment thing for him.
I think it has to do with just dexterity in his pointer finger.
Oh yeah, right.
See Lee coming up from the bottom. Oh baby,
beautiful shot.
Turning on. He's getting comfortable over there, isn't he?
Yeah. And you know, you do have a left-handed shooter and a right-handed shooter, and they are facing each other,
right.
And they're laughing.
Your arrows and the other equipment you're shooting. If you could tell us what you've got.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm shooting a CD WF-27 riser. I've had it for 3 or 4 years. I love it. Great riser. Got a Jaeger CMS grip and Uka SX50 limbs, holding about 30, a little under 39 on the fingers. Shoot full-length Black Eagle PS23s, 100-grain points, pin knocks.
Fantastic, nice setup. A lot of the stuff we see similar on other bows up here on the stage. So there's a few reasons we shoot rests and grips like that for barebow. The grip you're shooting is kind of high. Did you choose it because of that, or why did you choose that grip?
I shot a couple of different Jaeger grips, and I like this one. Just the shape of it is a little bit on the high side. It's not a true high, I don't think. It's kind of a medium high grip, but it's really narrow across the throat. It has a lot of thumb relief, which I like. So.
Excellent, great. You shoot it well.
Thank you.
All right, heading into our third.
Zach, so he mentioned holding at the fingers. Okay. So he said a number and holding at the fingers. Tell us about that.
This is a great question. So when you read a manufacturer's limb, it might say 30 pounds at 28 inches, but you might have a 30-inch draw length. And so typically it's about 2.5 pounds per inch that you draw past that rating that you add. So the further you draw those limbs back, you're flexing them more, you're adding poundage that you experience on the fingers. So in that example, a 30-pound set of limbs at 28 inches being drawn to 30 inches would add 2.5 pounds per inch. You're running 35-pound limbs off the fingers. So when you hear people say off the fingers, that's what they mean.
Yeah, so it's a really, they've measured it. It's a true test of what they're actually holding when they're there at full draw. Donahoe.
Yep, I tell you
it again.
Third end here. This is great. This is turning out to be exciting. You know, Lee just started taking barebow, this class, seriously. He was a longbow shooter for the longest time. He's been around forever. Since 2016, he picked up a barebow, put a rig together, and here he is. You know, 5 years later, 6 years later, he's on the big stage. It's just amazing. Amazing shooting. These guys are doing great work.
Let's see what Paul can answer with.
Oh, baby. This is great. Oh, I'm loving this. Staring at the target. Lee needs to put a nice strong shot here. 3-point game. Last arrow for the end.
Plenty of time. 30 seconds.
Plenty of time.
He drilled his own arrow.
Yeah.
That's what you heard. Yep.
That's a liner.
That might have been a glance out, too.
Yeah, I'm going to pull my binoculars up and take a peek. I can't tell from this angle. Let's see what Paul can do here.
8.
All right.
Okay.
They're keeping it close.
Yep.
Keeping it close.
Looks like, before official scoring, looks like a 3-point game.
Paul, this is your chance to talk about your limbs and your riser and anything else you'd like to tell us you're shooting tonight.
Everything else? I don't know.
Looks like
I wish you wouldn't make me so nervous. It'd be one thing.
Tell me about the riser. It looks like a fancy
it's
Italian riser.
It's a Sprigarelli BB25. And it's got biter cushion plunger, and it came with this rest on it.
And white limbs.
And white limbs, yeah. I think it shoots pretty nice. Nicer than I can shoot.
You're shooting it great. What made you make the switch to barebow? Because I've seen you shoot a lot of bows. I've never.
You ever hear Tim Strickland say he said it give him a new want to? He's exactly right. That's how it did to me. Give me a brand new want to.
Thank you, Tim. Tim's a great coach, also still a great barebow competitor. He tried to get up here today too, but looks like you took his advice, and we're happy you did.
And you know what? That fits right downtown with me. It's exactly right. Give me another brand new want to.
That's fantastic. Well, Paul wants to. Keep it up, Paul.
That's really, you know, it's really critical. You got to want to go out and practice. You got to want to shoot your bow. You got to want to come to compete. You know, we've seen athletes, you know, in the pro category that when they lose that bit, the performance goes down, and then retirement. And so every now and then you need something fresh.
Absolutely. Tim Strickland made the final stage. We saw him in the 2022 Classic. Just an awesome archer in our community. And you'll see Lee's shooting a 27-inch riser. We are starting to see a trend in the barebow community with longer risers. So 27, 29-inch risers. And Gillo just came out with a 31-inch riser.
No kidding.
Now, string walking, when we're coming down the string, we're detuning that bow from a dynamics perspective. So that longer bow, the theory there, the longer riser, same limbs, are just a little bit more forgiving. But still some great scores being put up with those classic 25-inch risers, like what you see Paul shooting here. So we have a 25-inch riser versus a 27 here.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen the evolution in compound, haven't we, of, you know, parallel limbs, of larger risers, and it being putting into the hands of younger archers, and it's easier to shoot.
Yep.
So it makes some sense. All right, so there was a bit of a flyer.
Yep, there's a flyer. Final arrow here. 6-point game. Lee's up by 6. He just needs to put it in there. He puts a 10 in, it's over.
5.
Oh, this is Barebow. Right here. He needs 11.
He knew it.
It's in. Oh, this is where we'd want to see Paul step on that 12.
6.
Oh, it was that momentary delay.
It was
like, wait, where did it land? Because the thing is, he could have. It's Barebow. He definitely could have.
That's right.
Rob just told me that until now, Tim Strickland was the oldest competitor to make this classic shoot down. And you just beat him tonight. So congratulations on knocking Tim. Good shooting, Paul. Thank you.
And the chance, Barebow.
Oh, look at that. Look at this. A standing crowd for Paul as he exits the stage.
Standing ovation for Paul as he's the oldest Barebow competitor to make the stage. He said 4 years older than Tim. And he walks away with a little bit of cash.
That's right. Yes, absolutely. We have a great young archer coming out next.
We do, but get lost in the wash is the great performance by Lee Wilkins.
I know. Look at him.
Today's qualifier, Leo Patterson. Leo came to compete from Stockholm, Sweden. He's been shooting for 5 years. He's a European 3D world champion and holds 11 world records in Europe and the world. Welcome to the stage, Leo.
Notice he did not bump Lee.
Oh, wait. Oh, he has his choice.
His coach is his dad. He goes, you need to bump him.
Yeah, move him off his spot.
This is great.
Let's go. Get after it.
Leo,
because that would have been 3 in a row for Lee in that spot. I mean, that's about as comfortable as you like it.
That was an unbelievable decision. That's a true competitor. And you can see he has a long-listed resume. Leo is just an unbelievable shooter. He's from Sweden. He shoots with some monster names in the Barebow community. Fredrik Lundmark, Joaquin Masila, who's no stranger to the big stage here. He showed up on the big stage in 2020. Joaquin was here competing. This is going to be great. I can't wait to see what this young man does.
The dichotomy on the stage right now.
Oh, buddy, I can tell you
right.
What.
The jeans.
That's right.
The T-shirt.
Yep. Longbow specialist coming over to Barebow.
Yeah.
And then you have
the young buck.
The young buck. Well, I tell you what. So Lee just says, you know what? That bump is not going to faze me. My scout arrow just hit an 11. What a strong shot. That kid, he's not happy. He's shaking his head. But I tell you what, that was a strong shot for your first arrow out here.
Yeah, but Lee started off with a statement.
Yeah, he sure did.
Get me whippersnapper. Let's see what you got.
This is going to be amazing. Oh,
wish he called that one. If he had called that one, that would have been a 12.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's right. So there's a little button on the stage. You'll see it on different camera angles. Oh, look at that group. This kid is here to play. Leo is an incredible archer. Look at him. He's just getting in the group. But there's a button at the front of each person's platform. All you have to do is reach forward and step on it. LED lights glow red underneath the stage. And if you hit that 12 ring, you're going to get 12 points. So,
That a broken knock?
Yeah, buddy.
Did he just?
I think he might have.
That a glance out on
glance out on 11.
Oh, that's more of a heartbreaker than anything.
Oh,
he's going for it.
He stepped on the button.
Leo's going for a 12. Right out of the box. He can do it each end. Oh.
So let me ask you a question. So with the rules, can you just step on it every arrow?
No.
Or once per end?
Once per end. Once per end, you can step on it. If he had hit the 12, he gets it. Other than that, there's
just
no damage.
Exactly. So you might as well step on it once per end, right?
That's what I'm
Leo,
saying.
welcome to the stage.
Thank you.
You've come a long way to be here. This is your first classic. Did you dream of being up here on the podium?
Since day one. Since I started archery.
How long ago did you start archery?
About 5 years.
And how old are you?
I'm 18, turning 19 this summer.
Happy birthday. Well, congratulations for making it to the shoot down. We're very excited to see you up there. And we're very happy that you came such a long way to compete with us. So thank you from everybody at Lancaster Archery Supply.
Thank you too.
All right, heading into our second.
Leo's focused.
Oh, buddy.
I don't think there's a question.
And you know, you can truly tell he comes from a competitive contingent here. He stepped on that button. He called the 12. He's playing the game. He's playing the game. He knows the rules. He's gonna. I believe that we're gonna see him step on that button every end.
Why not?
Why wouldn't you?
This is what I was talking about. Some people may look at a barebow like, oh, you're not that accurate. Why take the chance? Because there's no downfall other than the lower score. But that can happen in barebow anyway.
That's right. That's right. Absolutely.
And as
like
you can
Lee,
see,
there's a second arrow right there.
Yeah, exactly. And Lee drilled it. He just did. Oh, interesting. They looked down.
Leo, oh my gosh. So
not even. Oh, okay. All right. He didn't smile, but he gave a little fist bump.
Okay. I like it.
All right. So he enjoys that 11.
He's here to win.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's quiet in here.
It is quiet.
His archers are at full draw. They're quiet. Look at Leo taking his time, real tight to his chest, making an accurate crawl.
In qualifying, Leo only hit 6 11s.
Dude, I love
so that 11's big.
I love his demeanor. God, I love it. What a great shot. He's not happy with it.
Nope. He's going to step on the button. Let's see. Got nothing to lose. Meanwhile, this seasoned veteran is just going about his business. Nice shot.
Leo's just shooting. Look at him.
And the
he
button.
steps on it. Why wouldn't he?
So Leo just stepped on the button. He has called the 12 ring. That 1.5 centimeter ring that hangs around that 6-7 line. Or 8-7 line.
Here, hiss. Look at that 9.
And he goes 9.
And you know, he's not even aiming for the 12, but he's playing the game.
Right.
He's here to win.
Yep. I would tell you this. If he had put Lee, if the two were reversed and he hit that button, Lee would keep seeing him hit the button. right? So now that's mental games you're playing.
Absolutely.
Field, target, indoor. What do you prefer the best?
3D and indoor, it's kind of a tie. Depends on what time of the year it is. I love them both.
It's great to transition from the winter shooting indoor, transition to summer shooting outdoor. The change makes archery fun as we switch it up. Have you won? Do you compete IBO, ASA? What do you typically shoot?
I typically shoot IBO. I've won the Trad Worlds in the Longbow a couple of times. Got on the podium with Dwayne and Bobby at the ASA Pro-Am one year. Yeah.
Fantastic. Longbow shooter shooting a big heavy CD riser out here tonight.
All right, going into our third and
so let's talk about Leo, and I don't mean to keep talking about this kid, you know, with Lee sitting up there shooting so
because
well.
this kid is he's good.
He's 18 years old. He took down Richard Barker, 2018 Lancaster Archery Classic champion, in the elimination rounds, and Rick Stonebreaker. Those are two monster names in the barebow community, and this kid put him down, and now he's facing Lee Wilkins, who's been up here for 2 matches. He's in his 3rd match now. Here we go.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, baby.
Dude, you could just see it in his eyes, too, when he let that thing go.
Look at his demeanor. This kid is here. I like how he looks down. Look at his fletching configuration.
Yeah.
A little bit of a flyer there. You saw that hitch when it's formed. But it looks like he's running 6 fletch.
It does. It's just a whole heap of fletches. I mean, he's really trying to get a lot of spin on that arrow.
Get that thing to correct as fast as possible out of the bow.
Which makes sense. We're shooting at 18 meters.
That's right.
And so the faster you can get that arrow to correct, because you have such a short distance. It's not like you're shooting 50 meters.
You're exactly right. And I'm excited to see what Lee's going to do here. Is he going to pick up on what Leo's doing and start stepping on the button? And is that trend going to continue throughout the rest of the Classic? Oh, boy. This is interesting to see what's happening to Leo here mentally. He's looking back at his coach. Lee just needs to put the pedal down here. He needs to lay down a big arrow.
8.
Okay. All right. That's pretty good.
Buttons pressed.
The buttons pressed.
Leo just went for it. The 12 is in play.
He's not aiming at the 12. He's still aiming at the 11 ring. I'm sure of it. But just in case, he's playing the game. He knows the rules. He can do that every end.
Yep, that's exactly what he's doing.
Yep, absolutely.
And off goes the button. It's almost like it's a just in case.
Why wouldn't you?
Just in,
Why
that's
wouldn't you?
that's what we were talking
there's
about.
No
at the
penalty.
beginning. Yep, 100%.
Shooting, but before I do, I want to ask you a question about your arrows. Tell me about those arrows. How are they fletched?
They are fletched with 6 Eli vanes, IS4. And the reason I do it is because most and foremost, they look cool. And also they group a little better.
Excellent. Your coach calls those turbine vanes. Turbine fletch. Tell me about the riser and limbs you're shooting.
I'm shooting the Gilo GT riser, 25-inch, and the Gilo 88 limbs, medium length and 38 pounds.
How much weight do you have hanging on those hammers?
The hammers are in total 800 grams.
Very good. Nice heavy barebow, Leo. Thank you.
I got to agree with them. Yeah, they look cool.
They look cool.
They look cool.
Turbine fletch. I like it. I think he just coined a new trend in the barebow community. Turbine fletch.
I'm thinking about taking it on the compound side. I'd like to give that a go. I mean, always got to be something to give a try.
I think John Dudley does that, doesn't he? He does 6 fletch a little bit, doesn't he?
I don't know. It's definitely something Tim Gillingham would try. He'd probably try 6 and then another 6 in front of it.
There you go. Hey, whatever works. You got to try to get that edge.
Got to give it a go.
So I'm really excited to see what happens here. You know, Leo Patterson coming over from Sweden. Oh man, that looks like a 10-liner.
Yep.
Some shout outs to some of the great Sweden barebow archers: Fredrik Lundmark, Joaquin Masila, Martin Ottosson, Eric Johnson, Lena Borkelund. I mean, these guys are just, there you go, just reaching deep into that bench. I mean, this kid has been around these great archers in that great community in Sweden. It's just awesome. Lee Wilkins holding his own here, just putting on a clinic.
He's ahead by 2 points currently.
By 2 points.
Nice. Yeah. Okay. I mean, that's solid points for barebow, 100%.
That's solid. 11-point lead right now.
You could tie it up.
Here we go.
In the middle.
It's got to be a strong shot. Oh boy. To the right. He's not happy with that arrow. Okay, barebow close. You can see Lee taking a couple extra seconds here.
Why not? He's got 30.
He's got 30. He just needs to put in a strong arrow to put this thing away. I think that's going to do it.
7-8 liner.
He's got to step on the button.
He didn't step on it.
Oh my gosh.
Step on the button.
12-point game. Oh gosh, dude, I would have choked if he would have hit that 12 and tied it up.
The heartbreaker.
But that's it. Leo putting on a great performance, representing his country so well. There's a nice look at the turbine fletch there behind the judge. Look at that thing. Oh yeah, baby.
That is wicked.
That's so cool looking, isn't it?
That is awesome.
Man, Lee, 4th match. Is he gonna pull a CEO? Is he gonna pull a CEO?
Dude, if
making a run through
I don't know if he pulled a Tim Manley. He's talking about if you're new to the Lancaster Archery Classic a couple of years ago in the
Men's Open Pro, right?
No, it wasn't pro. It was the Open. It was the amateur category.
Yep.
That was 8 shooting up. Tim Hanley was in 8th place and worked his way all the way to the win. And he did it in a nice Oxford button-down shirt. So people called him the CEO. But in terms of win, Lee Wilkins, who came in here, we talked about this, he was 7th, ranked off of points.
That's right.
And so he advances.
Here he goes. Match number 4.
So
unbelievable.
He sits down a bright young talent in Leo Pettersson.
All right, that is official. Lee Wilkins, 107.
So the 18-year-old,
unbelievable.
Leo finishes 6th after coming in 5th place as Lee Wilkins continues to march up the ladder. But you know what, Zernzak? We talked about this, okay? Lee Wilkins. So if you look at it with the total amount points in qualifying and eliminations, there are 1,056 points total available. Lee Wilkins came in with the 7th highest score of 848, but he came in tied for 2nd with the most 11s. So we know he's explosive.
That's right.
And that's what we've seen.
Absolutely.
So going over what Leo
Yeah, and you could see
Pettersson.
You could see Leo's taking advantage of the new weight rule. He added weights above the grip.
And I noticed the weights too are angled in a certain way where probably just fits over the ring.
Yep, exactly.
Wayne, Indiana, Ryan Davis. Ryan's been shooting barebow for just 3 years.
Ryan Davis, he is bumping him, which is a smart move. But hey, Lee just showed us it does not matter where he's shooting from, does it?
No, he's good.
Last time he got bumped, he shot an 11 off the first arrow.
He is brushing him off his shoulder. So far, so good for Lee Wilkins. This is going to be for 5th place.
Ryan Davis is an interesting cat. You know, I've been a part of this community, very deep into this community for a long time. He's new to the scene. Didn't know much about him coming into this weekend. He competes with Jerid Mullis. He's local to Jerid Mullis, who we saw in that first match. And this kid just put together an unbelievable shot. It's been a real pleasure watching him shoot the elimination rounds. And like John Wirt said on the intro, 3 years in barebow. He was a compound bow hunter. And that's it. Here he is at the Lancaster Classic and just shot a 10 his first arrow. Oh,
and he you know, he made comments where he just loves the challenge of archery, but he also really enjoys the camaraderie. And it's definitely something in barebow.
Look at Lee, man. This is great. So this is going to be interesting. Is somebody going to take the Leo approach and start stepping on that button?
I just think you have to.
You have to. Why wouldn't you?
I mean, there's just no penalty.
Here we go. Lee coming down. He just has a really interesting draw cycle, and it's working for him.
9.
Look at that.
Now, the archers do have a monitor that has their targets isolated just off to the side in front of them.
Ryan, great showing on the first end.
10 11s in qualification earlier this weekend.
It's amazing. Let's see what Lee can respond to here. 10-point game. Let's keep it close, Lee. Just put it in the gold.
8.
There we go. That's close enough. It's barebow close enough.
Barebow close.
That's right.
You knew this was coming. Welcome to the big stage. I know it's your first time up here. Have you been to the Classic before?
Yes, came in 2020.
So this is your second time here. How'd you qualify that time?
Missed the cut by 1 point.
Well, today you did a little bit better, or yesterday you did a little bit better than that. So congratulations for making it to the stage. We wish you the best, and I'm proud of you for making it this year.
And of course, Ryan Davis was 3rd at the 2021 USA Archery Indoor Nationals.
Yep. Yeah, he's a very strong shooter, as you can see. Very composed, put together a really beautiful shot. I love his form. Slightly open stance, gets back into proper alignment, and just executes.
What's on his nose?
So he has a little bit of Band-Aid here. So with barebow, you know, we are aiming using the tip of the arrow. So that string is to get the arrow in our alignment. So we're sighting down the middle of the arrow. Sometimes we got to get that string kind of, or sometimes we have to get our nose in the string path. And so typically it's not whapping us too hard, but it is just barely brushing by us on every shot. And after a couple hundred arrow practice session, ooh, you'd start spraying blood downrange along with your arrows.
Yeah, that'd be no good.
Yeah,
adding that weight to the back of an arrow doesn't make it steer so well.
That's right. That's right. Absolutely.
God, another great opener of this end.
I tell you what, he's making a run. He's making a run. And you know, that is the classic argument. That's the classic discussion point on, you know, no one's going to purposely want to come in seated to an event like this lower. However, there are some advantages to coming in lower to where you get comfortable out here. Lee's not feeling the jitters that Ryan's feeling right now. And so you kind of have a little bit of an advantage on these head-to-heads. It's only 12 arrows.
Well, I'll add to that not only that is Davis is in the back room watching Wilkins mow people down, and so psychologically it's an advantage.
Absolutely.
However, with that said, we don't know how many arrows Wilkins shoots normally.
Yeah.
So the arrow count keeps piling up and piling up and piling up.
That's a good point.
And so eventually, you would think fatigue might play a factor, but not right now.
He says no.
Yeah, he's like,
not yet.
Take that. He's like, take that, dummy. I'm like, yeah, all right, I'll take it.
Lee, tell me about that quiver. Is that a push pack?
No, this is a Kifaru. Okay. And yeah, I like it. Love it a lot. I go through quivers a lot, and I have a whole closet full of them. It drives my wife nuts. And about every year I have to buy a new one. And so far, this is the best one I've ever had, so I'm really happy with it.
Excellent. They'll be glad to hear that Kifaru made it to the stage here at the Classic. So does your wife travel with you? Does she compete too?
She doesn't compete. She travels with me. She's my #1 fan. She couldn't be here this year because a close friend of hers is getting married today. So they are sitting at the reception looking at a phone right now.
Fantastic. Anything you want to say to her?
I love you. Thank you for putting up with all my nonsense with this traveling around archery stuff. It's a lot of fun, but appreciate the hell out of it, and I love her.
That's great.
Well, what a way to get out of going to a wedding.
I tell you what. I mean, I got to write that one down.
Yes.
But maybe I got to work on my archery shot first, I guess.
Yeah, that would help, definitely.
So in the background, you can see there with in Ryan's coaching box is Ken Raynis. Ken is an awesome archer there. He's wearing a USA jersey, represented the United States in the 3D Worlds for World Archery up in Canada. He's just a great shot, great shot. And looks like Santo Armano, also a great longbow. He was shooting a longbow here this past weekend. There's a small contingent of longbow archers shooting wood arrows. They're shooting World Archery longbow rules, which is 1-piece longbow or a 2-piece longbow, shooting wood arrows. And there's some other idiosyncrasies with the equipment rules, but they call themselves the Longbow Outlaws. And there's about 10 to 15 of them now. They're continuing to show up and shoot the Lancaster Classic. They're trying to get their own class here, and Santo and a couple other guys. And we mentioned Trevor Fielder earlier. He made it to the eliminations. He made it into the top 64 shooting a longbow and wood arrows.
Ryan didn't mess around on that shot. He just wanted to get that one done and dusted. So now they're going toe-to-toe. So here we go. It's just a couple of points between them.
Yeah, it's not. It's still pretty darn close. 7 points here.
It's close Barebow.
That's right. That's right. Lee's leading here, and that's just a good, strong arrow. Look at that group. Look at that. Lee is just, he's feeling comfortable up here.
9.
That was a great shot. Did you see that shot break?
Yeah.
Man, Ryan he executed on that one.
Ryan, this is your chance to talk about equipment. Big, long purple riser. What do you have there?
27-inch Gilo GT, 38-pound Nuka Evo 2 limbs, biter plunger, sniper rest.
What's the weight on the top?
Yost. Yep. Fairweather tab.
Fairweather tab.
Yep.
Another great barebow competitor. He couldn't be here this year, but that's an Australian tab made for barebow archers. Somebody who's been up here with us at the Classic quite a few times, and it's great that you're supporting him and he's supporting the barebow community. Gilo bows have put a lot of effort into what the barebow competitors are doing out here, so that's why you see so many of them up here on the stage, because they really care about this class and they want to see it grow as big as it can get. Guys like you are doing that, Ryan. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, 1 minute to go. Lee Wilkins.
Sir and Zach, let's talk about arrow volume and barebow shooters.
Yeah, yep.
I've been in the range plenty of times as a compound shooter, and generally I've seen barebow shooters put down 6 to my 3.
Yeah, we shoot fast.
You shoot fast, but practice-wise, do you tend to shoot a higher volume of arrows, you think, than some other disciplines?
Yeah, mostly. Our standard practice session for us would be 150 to 250 arrows.
Wow.
I mean, that's not abnormal for us to shoot in the 150 to 250 range in a normal practice session. And so, I mean, to step up here, I know some of these guys were practicing. They didn't put too many arrows downrange today, getting warmed up. So to come up here, even Lee, to stand up here, I would be more concerned about just fatigue from standing here under the lights, just that kind of anxiety and pressure, the mental fatigue, more than physical fatigue for sure for Lee. And he's just
that looks
super strong.
Looks like a 10 to me, at least.
It sure does.
The shadows casting.
It sure does. Man, this is exciting.
11.
That's a great shot. You can see it. You almost didn't even need to see the camera. His shot break is just so beautiful. Last arrow here. 5-point game. Lee's in the lead. Let's see what he can do here. Put it away.
8.
Okay.
Not the worst shot.
Nope, not the worst shot. I think it's out of
Nobody
reach.
Nobody going for the button, no.
No button, but it's out of reach even with the button.
Yeah.
Ryan just got to put a strong shot on, finish strong. Good for him.
Good for him, yep.
Great showing. Great showing. Lee's on a run.
He is on a CEO run.
It's quiet in here. This is where, you know, we're waiting for the judges, but unofficially, it's 4-point win for Lee. Look at him. He's looking around the crowd. He's just like, what the heck,
man? What is going on? Yeah, what you can't see off camera is you just turn to the crowd.
Yeah.
Now Lee's starting to loosen up. Nice.
That's right. And he's like, better than being at a wedding.
No, but honey, I love you.
That's right.
Honey, I love you.
That's right. I mean, and every match he goes on, he's going to bring home more money.
That's right. That is true. That's true.
$700. Congratulations, Ryan.
Yeah, you know, that's all right. Like I said, I'm getting used to both sides.
And now, the third place qualifier from Larksville, Pennsylvania, a hometown hero, Edward Krystofosky. Ed owns the archery zone shop.
Well, you call him Ed K.
Yeah, Eddie K.
Eddie K.
Right.
We're gonna call him
his last name, Krystofosky. He looks like he made a good veteran move, bumped Lee, but hey, Lee's proven it doesn't matter where he shoots from.
Yeah, at this point, for Lee's like, fine, just, you know, make me take 3 steps.
I'd be interesting to see, like you said, you know, these guys are back there, they're watching, they're hearing the crowd erupt. They've seen Lee just put down 1, 2, 3, 4. He's put down four competitors already.
This is, if he wins this, he's guaranteed a podium from 7th spot.
That's incredible. Yeah. What an incredible performance. So, to your point, I wonder if that's playing in on these shooters coming out here saying, oh man, like they're watching Lee put these guys down, and is that a mental advantage?
Well, if you're just joining us, welcome to the 2020 Lancaster Archery Classic here at Spooky Nook Sports Complex. Matt Zernzak and Greg White bringing you the action from the Barebow class as we've had an 8-person shoot-up format. They're shooting 18 meters or just about 20 yards from platform to target. And the shooter you're looking at right now is Lee Wilkins, who came in here ranked 7th and has had to shoot his way to at least a 4th place finish. And he is going up against Eddie K, who qualified 3rd. And this is Barebow. Anything can happen. Now, I will say, though, that was probably the worst first shot we've seen from Lee in quite a while.
Yes, agreed. And it's funny, as you're watching, just to show that it's harder to beat someone the longer they've been on stage, Lee finished with a 110 last round. On that last matchup. I think in his first matchup, it was like 97. So he's getting better as he's going. I don't know if you can look that up.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Because I think his scores are going up as he goes. It's just incredible shooting. He's putting on a clinic tonight.
Yeah, that's a scary prospect.
But, you know, Eddie K coming out and posting up a 26 on his first end is not bad. It's not bad. And Lee says, no, I'm gonna keep a 1-point advantage.
Lee, welcome to the Lancaster Archery Classic podium. How do you feel?
Ed.
Ed. It's okay, John. Ed, how do you feel, buddy?
Feel good.
You've shot the Classic how many times? Can you count?
I believe 7.
And is this your first time to the finals?
First time to the podium. Yeah, to the podium. To the podium.
Excellent. Welcome. Glad to see you make it to the top, Ed, and wish you all the best.
We need it, I guess. He's doing pretty good.
He's running through it.
That's exactly what we're talking about. Did
you hear that?
Yeah. So Lee's in Ed's head.
Yeah, that's right. All right. He gave him a nod.
Just to confirm what you're talking about, Lee Wilkins, his first score win was 96. His second score was 101. His third win was 107. His last win was 110. You nailed it.
Yeah, he's getting better. As the longer he stays out there, he's getting better. But both these guys, they just posted up a 26 and a 27 for their first end. There's 4 ends. doing the math, we're talking plus 100. If you're out here shooting plus 100 on any given day, we watched the elimination matches where we went for top 64 barebow men head-to-head, and most of these guys are shooting 96 to 97, and that was winning matches. These guys are on pace to put up a plus 100 for 4 ends. In this type of pressure, that's going to win every single day. But Lee's posting up 110s. That is insane.
That's crazy.
And you have to come out fresh like Eddie K here and compete with somebody that's breaking 100.
Yeah, that's a good point. Because, you know, if you look at what Ryan Davis did, I mean, he shot a 106.
Which is a monster. I mean, just to say, Ryan Davis did not lose that match.
Right.
Lee won it.
100%.
Right? To come out here and step up cold in this type of pressure and shoot a 106 is just unbelievable shooting. So Ryan should be very proud of his performance out here.
Well, Lee finds himself behind by a single point.
And it's probably been a while since he's been behind.
So his third arrow of this end, he could use a double-digit score.
It looks like a liner.
Yeah. There's 2 of them that are going to have to be closely inspected by
Yes, they are.
the judges.
High anchor, you can see how he has his face and his thumb tucked up under his cheekbone, right beside his cheekbone.
Long hold.
Long hold.
Ooh, smack that one.
Yes, he did. That's a great end from Ed. He's put the pressure on Lee. This will be interesting. We're going to have a little bit of a silence here as the judges are.
Yeah, because right now we're unofficially looking at 1 point difference.
Yeah.
But when we look down there, I think Lee has got a couple that are in question. We could see that swing to 50 points. Now the judges are there looking really close.
Oh, yeah. Look at that.
A magnifying glass and a light, or just a light.
Lee's looking down there. Looking at the big monitor right now. He's very interested in what this is going to turn out to be.
The one closest to the middle looks like it's pretty far out. It's the one that's in the middle of the 3 arrows, right?
That's right.
That's the closer
that
call.
middle arrow looks like it's a 9.
All right, so officially there's...
It's quiet in here.
Yeah.
It's not a weight.
Okay, heading into our third end.
1 point.
53-52.
Great.
So it looks like it held up. Yeah, the score held up.
Here we go. So this will be interesting. Lee's behind. A little bit of pressure on him. Let's see what he does here. Let's see if he can handle it. This is uncharted territory for the last couple matches for Lee. He just he's been commanding leads on the way through.
Let's see if he can do what he's done with several opening arrows, which is put it right in the middle.
That's right.
Three arrows to continue the romp.
9.
Okay, good solid in the yellow.
Yep, absolutely. That's a great shot. Third end here. Long hold for Ed.
8.
Ooh, see, again, we're not seeing anybody stepping on that putt.
Older school.
Older school.
In your rhythm.
That's right.
Probably not even thinking about that.
Probably not even thinking about it.
9.
Good shot.
That's right.
I think next year you're going to see some people buy some buttons and tape them to the floor of their archery range.
That's right. That's right. I wonder if there's a little bit of a mental game there, that if you do step on that button, are you acknowledging the fact that it might not be in the yellow, and do you want to have that in your head?
Very interesting to to really break it down with how this is playing out.
3-point game. Lee is taking the lead again.
There we go.
Lee is putting the pedal down now.
Is it out of reach?
There it goes.
Is it out of reach? Is it? Oh, it was 9. Okay.
Yep.
So it's.
We got one more end here after this one.
Yeah.
Yep. He just needs to put a nice 9 or 10 in there. 7-8 liner. Okay, so Lee's going to come out of this right now with a pretty hefty lead, 5-point lead coming into the last end. Lee's comfortable here. He knows what this feels like.
He does.
He's gonna look at that group. That's just great shooting. Great shooting. He's 79, sitting here at 79 with 3 more arrows.
Talk a little bit about your equipment. Tell me what you're shooting at.
Spigarelli Club, risers, SF limbs, Yoast weight, Yoast tab, Carbon Express, arrows.
Excellent. How much weight are you holding on your finger?
38, 39.
Sounds like a pretty consistent weight. Most archers in the high 30s out here tonight, at least those that we've asked. Do you shoot the same for indoor that you shoot for outdoor?
Yes. Yep, same exact.
Wonderful.
Maybe different arrows. Maybe different arrows.
Still Carbon Express?
No, they were Eastons.
Excellent.
All right, heading into our last end, Lee Wilkins holds a 5-point lead, 79-74.
So Lee Wilkins owns a 5-point lead currently, heading into this last end.
Oh, buddy. Here we go.
Are you feeling first arrow? Like,
I tell you
dagger?
what, my track record with making predictions, I've been doing this since 2018 for the Barebow announcing, and I am always 100% wrong.
Junk, huh? All right.
I don't want to jinx Lee at all by making any type of predictions.
I think Lee's got a hold of his future right here.
Yes, he sure does.
11.
You called that, dude.
I had that feeling. Like, it just feels like the dagger's coming.
You felt it. You're getting good at that.
Yeah, well, even a blind squirrel gets a nut, I guess, right?
That was amazing. Let's see what Eddie K did here. Let's see.
My apologies to blind squirrels.
9.
This is no offense. We do it. You know, we are.
So it's just in fun.
Yeah, we're non-biased to those blind squirrels. Let's see here, man. 7-point game, 2 arrows to go. Lee's just pedal down. Let's see what he can do here.
9.
Wow, that's it, man. Just, I mean, Ed's gonna have to tens and up for here, from here on out for Ed. Let's see what he can do here. Looks pretty solid up there, doesn't it? Look at that shot, man. I mean, again, he's approaching. He's coming up on a 90, what, a 92. He has one more arrow. I mean, these guys are shooting 100 plus.
This is crazy.
It's just great shooting. Great shooting.
110 was Lee's high score.
Yep, for the last one.
8.
Oh, that scared me. They went to Ed's target. It scared me. I thought he might have had a wide miss. Okay, there you go. 107. Look at that. That's a monster score.
107.
How do you come out cold and compete with that?
Yeah, that's the difficult part.
Right.
And by the way,
oh, that's a good shot. That's great shooting. I mean,
yeah,
this is great shooting.
It's so tight, but
again, same thing. Just like Ryan Davis came out, posted up a what, a 106.
Finishing in 4th place with an $800 payout, Ed Krystofosky.
Thanks.
And can we get a round of applause for Lee Wilkins? He's taken down 5 competitors. He has 2 more remaining. The next competitor needs no introduction. He's from Christiansburg, Virginia, co-owner of CD Archery, Dwayne Martin.
well, you got to do something. You got to do something if you're Dwayne.
That's right.
So what's Dwayne going to do? Leave him or move him? Let's see.
That's a good question. I mean, honestly,
Dwayne comes in. Hey, good job. All right.
Honestly, I think he's just going to step up where he wants to be comfortable.
There you go.
Right at that point.
At this point,
you know, he knows he's competing against a 100-plus shooter here for 4 ends.
Yep.
And Dwayne's just saying, I have to be comfortable. It's not about making him uncomfortable anymore. So I think that was a veteran move.
No matter what happens here with Lee Wilkins, to shoot his way onto a guaranteed podium at this point is quite an accomplishment.
Absolutely. Let's talk about Dwayne Martin here for a minute.
Let's do it.
So Dwayne Martin is renowned 3D archer, right? But I don't think he gets enough credit for his indoor accomplishments. So in 2015, he won Vegas in the Barebow division for the first time with a Barebow recurve since 1974. Because at Vegas, you're shooting against Barebow compounders who are shooting fingers, no sight. So he, for the first time since 1974, took that in 2015. He's been on the final stage on 2017 and 2018 here at Lancaster. He's just an incredible shot. Represents the United States on the 3D team. He has a team gold in 3D. Just an unbelievable archer.
And he's an IBO world champion.
Oh, buddy. Many times over.
Right? Yeah, 100%.
Many times over. This is going to be fun to watch.
In attendance with him is his wife, Sue Ellen. Shoot up, but...
And here we go. This is lighting right here.
Yep.
You know, so he's hitting left. He's gonna make an adjustment here. He's shooting some really good, strong scout arrows. He's getting ready here. If there's somebody that can shake Lee up, it's Dwayne Martin. And it looks like it's working a little bit.
A little bit.
So Dwayne's gonna put a nice tight crew. He's looking super confident and strong. Look at that. I mean, this is what he does. He steps up, no shakes, no moves. Cool as a cucumber.
In terms of getting here, in terms number 11's shot, both Dwayne Martin and Lee Wilkins were on 14 apiece.
Oh, wow.
We've known that since then. That Lee's shot many more.
Yes. Here we go. Pressure's on, 4-point lead to Dwayne after the first end. If there's somebody that can shake Lee up, it's Dwayne Martin.
Dwayne Martin, welcome to the Classic.
Hello, John. How you doing, buddy?
Doing great. Great to see you up here. There's not anybody in here that didn't expect to see you up here, but we're happy to have you. How many times have you made it to the final shoot down of the Classic?
This is my third time.
Have you won the Classic?
I have not won the Classic, but I'm going to today.
That's confidence right there.
I have something to say about that.
Lee's got something to say about that.
Well, I don't know what to say after that. Did you get your tickets for the gun show? Because hey, Dwayne Martin's in full flex mode.
Talk about...
Bit of a weird flex, but a flex nonetheless.
Talk about calling your shot, huh? That is... I'm loving it. I'm loving it. So we got Dwayne Martin stepping up. 4-point lead coming in after the first end. It looks like Lee, and this is a great example of our community. You know, Lee and Dwayne are good buddies. They've competed together for years, joking around while they're up there at the highest pressure stage us Barebowers can feel. And here we go. End number 2, Dwayne Martin, monster in our community, monster in the sport, looking cool and calm. He elects to shoot first, and here he goes.
He's calling a shot. He's calling a shot in end 2 of 4. I like it. Sitting on a 4-point lead.
Starts off, and let's talk about the score. Starts off with a 28, right?
So good.
That is great shooting.
Oh, come on,
baby.
Oh,
he's
boy.
ready. He's feeling confident. There's a little bit of a head game there, right? He called his shot in front of everyone. I'm winning the Classic today. Let's see how Lee can respond.
8.
High 8. Very determined look on Dwayne's face as he takes aim and executes. Look at that. He's just calm. I'm telling you, he's putting his pedal down. I've seen this Dwayne Martin before. Again, I'm not making any predictions. I'm terrible at that, but he is one of the GOATs.
8.
Yeah, now we're seeing from Lee things I haven't seen before. That was one of the first times I've seen him kind of leer around since the beginning.
That's right.
Barebow. Yeah.
Barebow. He knows it. You won't get many of these opportunities out of Dwayne Martin, that's for sure. So Lee better capitalize here with this arrow. He needs an 11, 10, something in that range. That's a good arrow. That's fine.
It's a good arrow.
Okay,
as long as that second arrow is underneath long enough, but it looks like that's the problem when you're hitting him on the line like that. That's right.
The last head-to-head match, he had shot 60 arrows for the evening. So he's taken the long route to the Championship Classic here. Lee, how you feeling up there?
I felt better, but it's okay. It's a lot. I was telling Dwayne while we were waiting, you know, to get to the top, I got to shoot 84 arrows. I'm not sure if I got 84 arrows in me this evening. We'll see.
I think it's...
We'll see.
I think it's clear that you do, but Dwayne's not going to make it an easy on you either, so keep it up, Lee.
4 points.
Just get him a monster energy and a clip bar, and let's see what this man's got.
4-point game, and you called it. I mean, you started talking about this earlier about how many arrows, and you said you just wrote it down, 84 arrows.
That'd be an incredible amount. Yeah, it really is. And keep in mind, 84 arrows on a compound bow, not as similar or not the same as it is with a recurve. You're going full gas. You know, think about it. If you have a 38-pound weight on the ground, just go ahead and pick that thing up and bring it right up to your shoulder 84 times.
That's right.
And that's what this shooter is doing.
Yep.
Oh, and then he's got to aim, and then he's got to focus, and then he's got to do all that stuff.
Yeah. Oh, buddy, I tell you, this is Dwayne Martin has successfully knocked
Rattled.
this guy off his game.
And he
deflected into the 11. Or maybe it hit Letterman and we got some vibe. Who knows what happened there? But I tell you what, Dwayne is going to go for the kill now. He's going for the throat. Oh, that's a great recovery. So that's an amazing arrow. Lee shot a 5 and then responds with a 10. Just a great arrow. We're a little behind on the scoring count there, so we apologize for that. Dwayne shoots him, a 7, high 7. It looks like his misses. If you are going to get a miss out of Dwayne tonight, they're high.
If Lee needs an 11, it's right now.
It is right now. Oh, that'll do.
So close.
Oh, buddy. Yep. Let's see where these scores land, but man, I tell you what, that is going to minimize the impact coming in the last end.
Dwayne, I see you're shooting MK limbs, great limbs. I'm not going to ask you to explain all of your equipment. Most people know what it is. I want to ask you what it's like to have created a bow company that so many top archers are using and competing with and winning tournaments with. For you and Calvin, how does that feel?
It's been very humbling. All the great archers like Lee, so many others, Spanky Brooks, shooting our equipment, trusting our equipment, USA made. What's wrong with that in the world we live in today? USA made. Yeah. But, yep, Trevor Fielder string, great string, biter plunger, Yost tab, good solid equipment.
So many of these manufacturers are also in the out here competing too. It's pretty neat to see that it's the actual competitors who see what they need and see what barebow archers use, and then they create it and bring it out here, and everybody shares that equipment. You and Calvin are a big part of that, and from all of these guys out here, we want to say thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
6-point game.
Can't say it enough. It's barebow. 6 points can be nothing, especially as we've seen Dwayne Martin occasionally throw one high.
That's right. That's right.
And it seems like Lee maybe has kind of shaken some things off.
Yeah. Now's the time to do it. 6-point game, last end.
Good solid.
Yeah.
The door open.
Focusing in. Let's see what he can do here. It's quiet in here.
7.
Okay. Goes to a 7-point game.
9.
There we go. That's a great arrow.
Mm-hmm.
8-point game.
I know what you're thinking. Don't say it.
Step on the button.
He didn't step on the button.
Step on the button. Oh, that's great.
Plenty of time.
Look at everyone's going to clap.
Yep.
That is the hardest arrow you can shoot, is the one you don't.
14 seconds on the 30-second clock.
Here we go.
10,
9, 8, 7, 6. Oh, baby, what a demonstration. What an unbelievable demonstration of control.
What a great letdown.
Good for him. He earned that win. So let's talk about this real briefly. So we got a 9 out of Lee. We got a 98, right?
Yep.
He went from 110 down to 190 or a 98.
Lee Wilkins! Dwayne had to give a little bit of drama there at the end to finish that off. One thing I want to say is, one, thank you to Rob Koffold for inviting me up here tonight. It was unexpected, but something I couldn't think of not being a part of if ever I'm invited to do it. So thank you, Rob. Thank you, everyone at Lancaster Archery Supply. I spent a decade of my life there, and I helped set up this tournament that whole time, and there's a lot of people in this room who you're not seeing right now who put a lot of effort in to make this happen all weekend. It's a ton of work. So I'd like everybody to thank the team from Lancaster Archery Supply that comes out here, sets up everything you see here. It takes a lot of imagination to do this, and it takes a lot of hard work to do this. Rob Koffold is the imagination behind it, and he's got a lot of hard workers who spend a lot of time working on this project, months and months and months. All for a night like tonight, the Barebow Classic Final. Dwayne Martin from Christiansburg, Virginia, competing against the #1 qualifier from Kingsley, PA, the man that needs no introduction in Barebow, John Demmer!
Well, a lot of people wanted to see Lee Wilkins in this position, but we are treated to the #1 and #2 qualifier going after it for the top step on the podium. And the cheers of Barebow, they're loud and proud.
Can we say Clash of the Titans here?
Sure.
I mean, these two are monsters in our class, just monsters. John Demmer, let's say this. For the people in the back that can't hear, he owns all of them. All of the Barebow world records right now for world archery. All of them. We're talking 50 meter, 25 meter, 18 meter, single rounds, double rounds. You name them, John Demmer's name. He has all the records. And if we're looking for a show, this is going to be great. So,
fashion icon, John Demmer.
Fashion icon. Can we talk a little bit? Can we nerd out? Can we nerd out about the scores a little bit? So we talked about how it was tough to step out onto that stage. Oh boy! Oh, look at John
Demmer's already going for it.
Already
the 12.
Going for it.
Oh, he unstepped
that was
it.
funny.
Oh, you baby.
He's awesome. Yes, yes, this is what I want to see tonight. Here we are. Oh my gosh.
Demmer knows how to play the crowd.
4 ends. Let's do this. So let's nerd out about the scores. We talked about how hard it is to come out here cold, shoot a 100+ score. Guess what Dwayne Martin did to knock Lee Wilkins off? 107.
Yep.
On his first, and now he's getting hot as he's showing. Let's see what Demmer can do here.
8.
Okay. All right. There's a boo from the crowd. Oh, this is great.
So if you haven't been to these tournaments with Barebow,
7.
as a 7 for Dwayne Martin opens up the door for Demmer.
More boos.
So sometimes instead of cheers, people just yell Barebow. Barebow.
That's right.
And they're not afraid to boo.
Oh,
come on now.
Baby. Oh, baby. 29, 1-point lead. Second. Look at them. Look at these guys. Much respect from these guys. My gosh.
John, welcome to the stage. Great to see you up here. You took a year off. Tell us what it feels like to be back up here tonight.
Oh, it's been a while. It's like I took 3 or 4 years off. But it's good to be here. It's good to see you too. It's good to see you too.
The Classic has some. If you're a follower of the Classic, you know that we have archives with some great head-to-head matches here at the finals, some surprise competitors. Tonight we have no surprise up here. Dwayne Martin and John Demmer head-to-head. It's something we all came here to see. It's something we're going to remember we were here to watch. So all we ask is you two put on a great show for us and enjoy it just the way we're enjoying it. Thank you, Johnny, and good luck.
Thank you.
After our first game, John Demmer leads 29.
I mean, you look at the way that they shot in the order they shot it, and if you look at what Martin was able to do in his first 2 arrows, and the fact that Demmer came back and is now leading by 1 point.
I know.
That's all you have to do is hashtag Barebow.
Hashtag Barebow.
Hashtag Barebow.
I'm with you, man. This is just unbelievable. Clash of the Titans.
18 meters from where the archers are standing to the target. They're shooting a 40-centimeter target.
Yes,
Dwayne Martin.
That's what I'm talking
Kicks
about.
it off
Dwayne.
with a solid 11.
I love this.
It's N2 of 4.
I want to see another 11 out of John here.
9.
Okay, that's good. These two, I'm telling you, this is going to be good.
Feels like it's going to be a tie. It feels like it's going to be a tie.
Oh, God.
I'm just saying.
I'm open. 1 arrow shoot off. That's what we want.
Yep.
8, 7, 1.
Here we go.
Barebow.
Barebow.
One time it's in the middle. one time. It's not.
That's right. Oh, baby. That looks like a 10 right there.
Yeah, looks like along the 10 line.
1 point game. Last arrow of this end. Dwayne Martin at full draw.
9.
Oh, baby. That's a great arrow to put up there. Let's go. Johnny just needs to keep it in the gold. Keep a slight lead as we go. 8 point game. Keep it in the gold. Just like that. That'll do.
Wow.
That'll do.
Demmer's disappointed. Yeah. Why wouldn't you be? You know what? I think we need to call the committee and ask for maybe 8 ends in this finals.
I agree.
Anything that you think is important here to what you're doing tonight?
These are Victory, the old NVX 23, replaced by the VTAC 23. Shooting 187 grains up front, full length, 400 spine. Bjorn Dragonflight vanes, old typical Easton G-Knock. Yost tab. Really, that's about all I got. Kavaru quiver. I got push quivers also. They're all a great quiver.
A brass tab from Yost. Do you like the heavy? Oh, stainless steel. You like the heavier stainless steel?
I like stainless. Yep. Brass to me gets a little stinky after a couple months.
Well, thank you to the Yost for making a great product, and Victory, and all the people who are helping Barebow archers compete.
A good look at Demmer's form, the intensity, the stare, and a good lesson too actually for archers. You know, there is that talk like once you release, you're trying to will that arrow in. I think that oftentimes it helps if you just continue to look at the arrow contact and even wait 1 or 2 seconds. It actually helps your form.
Absolutely. Yeah. You know, that's a great shot. Wow. I'm loving this. This is what we all. I mean, we've been waiting. We did not have a 2021 Lancaster Classic, and I could not think of a better showdown to bring us back to this amazing venue, to this amazing tournament than Dwayne Martin versus John Demmer here on the big stage in the finals. Just incredible. This is what we want to see. This is the archery that we wanted to come and see. Little shake there. You can see he's not happy about that. Little bow flick there at the end. Kept it in the 9 though. That's what Demmer's strong bow arm will do for you. It just saves those shots. 1 point lead. Oh. I love it.
Still vibrating.
Yes, it is. 9 or 10, or we'll keep that lead.
9.
There we go. That's great. One point match. Final end here.
In archery, there are some iconic colors. Hoyt red is an iconic color. John, you're wearing Hoyt. Tell me about that company and why you chose to team up with them to do what you're doing.
Yeah, got an opportunity to talk to Doug. Doug is like the best engineer in any company. He'll take the time to talk to you, even if you're a nobody. Like, he just sets the time for you. It's awesome. He gave me a bow a few years ago to try out, see if I'd like it, and see how it worked out. And I thought it was a good opportunity to get like a big name into Barebow and get invested in Barebow, and it's been great ever since.
Well, thank you, Hoyt. Thank you for putting that effort behind it. Thank you for talking to a nobody in archery like John Demmer. And we appreciate all these companies that are helping these guys up here on the stage. Thank you, Doug Denton, too, while we're at it.
Well, this is it, last end. 1 point separate, first from second. Last match of the day.
I'm nervous, man, honestly. I'm shaking. I'm sure these guys are shaking. I mean, we're talking so many trophies, so many bowls, so many belt buckles have been won between these two guys. It's disgusting. And here they go. They're going to leverage this just unbelievable show of talent. Here we go.
8.
High 8.
That's right. As we know, his big misses have been up top.
Yes, they have.
Doors open for Demmer here if he can put an 11.
9.
Okay. It's a 2 point game.
Yep.
2 point game here. A little hitch there.
11.
Oh,
didn't bother him much.
No, it didn't. You see a little bit of a look like he was not too happy with the execution, but he'll take it at this moment, I'm sure.
9 to tie for Demmer.
He responds.
Come on.
He responds.
Not even a smirk.
Are you kidding me?
I see your 11.
2 point game still.
And I answer.
Last arrow. I'm beside myself. Let's go. Here we go. I hope you guys are watching this from the edge of your seats and couches at home. We have a letdown from Dwayne Martin. Where's the clock? I can't see the clock.
Plenty
you see
of
the
time.
shot clock?
He just went to single digits. Plenty of time.
One. He had to get that arrow off with 1 second left. Oh my gosh. John just needs to put this in there.
Ooh, he flinched.
He's
still got it done.
That's going to do it.
That is going to do it.
John Demmer III.
We have unofficially the Lancaster 2022 Barebow Men's Champion, John Demmer! Johnny, congratulations. Any last words for everybody out here?
Oh, no, like just thanks for all the enthusiasm. Like this is a great event run by great people. If it wasn't for guys like Rob and his wife, I mean, this would never even happen. We wouldn't even have this opportunity for Barebow to get on like the main stage. Dude, this is awesome. I just want to give a shout out to PJ too. He's okay. Not as good as Rob, but he's okay.
All right, everybody, your 2022 Barebow Men's Classic Champion, John Demmer. Give it up one more time.
As Demmer makes his way over to our headset, did you have a little look at those scores? 113 to 111.
I'm telling you what, unbelievable.
So John Demmer, unbelievable run for you. It took a long time for you to sit around waiting for those 8 to shoot up, man, and I know there was a lot of action. Lee Wilkins made a run, and then you saw Dwayne Martin sit him down. What were you thinking before this match started?
Yeah, man, it's tough. It's like you shoot your last eliminations, and then it's like 8 hours to wait. It's tough. I do things a little bit different, man. I hit that practice range. I probably shot for like 3 hours off and on. Try to stay warm, try to stay engaged. Try not to separate yourself from competition for too long, because you know you got to come back at it, come out cold, and just try to hit it running.
John Demmer, Matt Zernzak here, buddy.
Hey,
JD3,
buddy.
hey, unbelievable showing. You posted up a 113, dude.
That's not too bad.
Coming out fresh with that pressure. I mean, just in Dwayne putting on a show, 111. So
Yeah.
just thank you guys. How did it feel, that last arrow?
It was a Hail Mary. It's like just put it kind of close to the center and just let it rip, and let the chips fall where they may. That last arrow is like super stressful. You just don't know. You hate to say it, but man, it's Barebow. You don't know if it's going to be a 7 or 11 or maybe even a plucked miss. You got to stay in the moment every single moment you get. Take advantage of that opportunity.
Well, John, you're a 3-time winner here, and you know the score that Dwayne Martin put up would have been the highest score of the night in Barebow, but you bested it by 2, and now you get to leave here champion after a year off.
Yeah.
Are you rejuvenated?
Yeah, I guess. This has always been my favorite shoot out of all the shoots throughout the year. It's our basically one and only shoot that we got a chance to showcase the class and try to help it keep growing and get energy going with it, and just keep that thing just steamrolling. So yeah, it's definitely my favorite. Rejuvenated. Yeah, I'm probably just going to go home and do some ice fishing tomorrow. I'm hoping to hit the bluegill and crappie. The bite's still on, so.
Always fishing, John.
Yeah,
You're always fishing.
Thank you for everything you do, Barebow. Congratulations. It was awesome to watch.
Thank you. Thanks, gentlemen.
All right, that'll do it for us today. Matt Zernzak, thank you so much for hanging out with us and just giving us the amazing insight, all the research you did. We know more about Barebow, and I'm sure you've encouraged a lot of people to pick up the sport.
Love it. Thanks for having me.
All right, that's our day for today. Make sure you join us tomorrow. On deck, we got a bunch of shooting. It starts at 8 a.m. on the East Coast, including the finale somewhere around 1:30 in the afternoon East. Open Pro. So for our entire crew here at the 2020 Lancaster Archery Classic, we'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching.